Hello, welcome. This is a special Wednesday edition of Live Chat. I figured this weekend is Thanksgiving weekend and everyone's gonna be busy with the festivities and shopping. That is better to skip the Saturday or Sunday chat. Next week, it will be a Saturday, probably either afternoon or at night chat. Okay, after dinner chat next Saturday. So for those that want to know when the next chat is, it will be next Saturday, 7 or 8 p.m. Eastern time. So for those that want to tune in and have a chat with me, participate in the chat, that's when you can tune in. It's Wednesday before Thanksgiving. Hopefully everybody is going to spend Thanksgiving with families. Today, I'm guessing is a busy traveling day for most people, so I don't expect a lot of people to watch this episode live. But I figure I might as well have something before the festivities. Something that came in the mail, I think 2 days ago. The latest catalog from Comic Link. Let's see. This is mostly just original art. Look like there's gonna be some sweet looking pieces. There's a splash page from Mary Severin. There's an awesome Gil Kane cover here. Let me see. Unfortunately, many of the pictures are kind of small pictures, not the full page stuff that you see from the heritage, but there's some unbelievable looking pieces from the cover. As you can see, this Jim Starlin Warlock cover. Not my favorite of his run. In fact, it's my least favorite. So, but then there's a page from Iron Man 55. You see that? This won't go as much as the page where Thanos show his face. All you see is the foot of Thanos. So let's see. I'm just setting up my live chat so that in case anybody comments, I can see. I have no idea if anybody's going to be watching this live, but bear with me as I go through the procedural process to make sure that I have it set up so that if anyone is watching live and leave a comment, I can at least reply. Oh, Mike Smith, you're here. Hello, Mike. I figure you're not in school today. Today, you should be done with school. I think most school will not have class today. My son is home from school today himself. Let's see what else. There's a lot of beautiful pieces of artwork. There's a nice Sal Buscema Thor cover. There's a beautiful, there's a couple really nice pieces that I know I won't be able to afford. But like Frank Frazetta, there's some beautiful Jack Kirby, but here's that beautiful Gil Kane cover from Marvel Premiere, Iron Fist. That's one. And then there's a Marvel double feature, also another beautiful Gil Kane drawing. Look at this Jack Kirby Fantastic Four. Whoa, that's gonna go for some big bucks. That's a cool looking cover too. Okay. Just jogged and on and saw you were streaming. Yes, I am. Oh, just look at this beautiful Bob Layton Iron Man cover. That's gonna go for some pretty money. Not crazy money, pretty money. Oh, look at this one. For the Todd McFarlane fan, just look at this insane full page drawing from Spider-Man 3. Look at that. That won't go for cheap, okay? How much? I don't know. 30, 40,000? I don't know. It's hard to guess. And then you have some, of course, beautiful George Perez. John Romita Spider-Man 69. Look at that. Gorgeous. Mike Smith, you ask, if you could have a splash page from your favorite comic, what would it be? Wow, that's a tough one. Oh, I had to think about that. You know, my favorite comic. Favorite splash page. There are so many good ones. So many good ones. It's gonna have to be an X-Men splash page. It would have. I'm torn between an X-Men splash page or a Jack Kirby Fantastic Four splash page, or yeah, that's for now. Or even a Swamp Thing, Bernie Wrightson, the Swamp Thing of first page 1, the one that's in the next. I brought it out to show. This right here, Mike. This incredible splash page from Swamp Thing #1. Yeah, I wouldn't mind having that at all. I would pick this over the few splash page I shown in this catalog. Okay, so no doubt I would pick that over that, but I would definitely have to think about it more because there's just so many splash page to narrow down, and it would be extremely difficult to pick just one. But man, this is a gorgeous drawing by Bernie Wrightson. Gorgeous. Wow, I want that one. Mess Up Dude 11. Thanks for joining. Happy Thanksgiving to you and Mike. Yeah, X-Men 137 splash is pretty good too. Yeah, it's a tough one. You know, I can pick that. There's a couple other one that I would pick from that X-Men run too. There's a lot of good ones. There's a lot of good ones. Even some of my non-favorite, like Doctor Strange. Some of the Gene Colan splash page for the Doctor Strange series were amazing. Some of those splash page was amazing. So, you know, as much of a Daredevil fan and Gene Colan fan as I am, I felt some of his best work was on Doctor Strange. So it would be tough for me not to choose a Doctor Strange Gene Colan splash page for sure. I think it's easier for me to narrow down the splash page from each artist instead of just one. Showerman 88 Joel, there is no topic. I'm just figuring, you know, it's Wednesday before Thanksgiving. This weekend is going to be crazy busy for a lot of people as far as festivities with Thanksgiving, as well as traveling and shopping, the typical crazy shopping that's going on after Thanksgiving, that I decided that I will just have a chat today, the day before Thanksgiving, wishing everyone a happy Thanksgiving, and then skip the rest of the week. You're not going to see any more videos from me for the rest of the week. I might load something tomorrow, but I think Friday, Saturday, and Sunday is pretty much video free from this channel. So back to this catalog. it's pretty cool, but unfortunately, it only have original art, so I haven't checked to see what big books is going to be in the next Comic Link auction. So we'll see. I don't know. Speaking of Warlord, I'm sure all of you probably already heard the big news. The big news from Marvel yesterday is that the father of Peter Quill, Star-Lord, is going to be Captain Marvel. Not Warlord, Captain Marvel. I'm excited. Once again, I can't say enough about. I highly recommend those that have not watched the Avengers cartoon. Massive Dude asks, have I seen Spectre yet? Yes, I have. I have not done a movie review yet, but I did talk about it a little bit on my last live chat, I think. I thought it was okay. It was not a great movie, but for a Bond movie, it was decent. Not the worst, not the best, better than average. But one of these days, I will do a review for sure, okay? And maybe I will rank. That's going to be tough to rank Bond's movie. It's easier to rank Bond movie per actors than Bond movies from 1 to 10. Yes, Captain Marvel. And back to Captain Marvel, if you watch the Avengers cartoon in the past, that came out, Earth's Mightiest Hero, that's the name of the cartoon. It's on Netflix. So just search on Netflix and you'll see it's 2 seasons. I think it was back in 2011 and 2012, I think. But that series, to me, that's my favorite Avengers cartoon of all time, the 2 seasons, because I think there's a lot of good storylines, the drawing, the animation was good, the voiceover was fun, and the character they introduced in there was fantastic. A lot of origin stories, a lot of epic battle, and in many ways it telegraphed the Marvel universe on the big screen. For those that watch that cartoon, because in that cartoon series, you see the introduction of Black Panther, you see the introduction of Ant-Man, the Wasp, the Vision, Ultron, as well as Captain Marvel. If you watch that cartoon, there was a great 2 episode where a Kree sentry came to Earth, and then Captain Marvel had to. Carol Danvers was there, and Captain Marvel had to save her. In the process of protecting her and saving her, he transferred somehow his power transferred into her. That gave her the power, and I think that's how they're gonna do a Carol Danvers Captain Marvel ties in for the Marvel movie universe, because that's how it was in the cartoon. In the cartoon, Carol Danvers worked for, I'm trying to remember from memories here, but she was like a scientist working with the Avengers. I'm not sure if she worked for S.H.I.E.L.D. I can't remember if she did, but like I said, with the Kree and how the Kree ties in with the Inhuman universe that Marvel is baking up, it's not a surprise that this is the direction that they're going. So that cartoon series has hinted more in the direction of the Marvel movie universe had been going, more so than any other things that I can remember. And for those that watch that cartoon, there's Red Hulk that was introduced in that cartoon. There were Beta Ray Bill in that cartoon. So there's who knows, 2 or 3 years down the road, but if the Red Hulk ever show up, if Beta Ray Bill ever show up, then maybe that's why they canceled the series, because the series has revealed too much of the roadmap that Marvel movie people are following. That's just my speculation. I know it's fun to see things that I have seen in the cartoon 3 years, 4 years ago came through in fruition on the big screen, because I love the series. I thought it was very clever. I like the way they kind of redo a lot of the origin, ties in the story. And last but not least, another character that they introduced in a major epic storyline was Kang the Conqueror. They even did Zemo, you name it. It was, please, if you have Netflix, take some time to watch those 2 seasons, because it's well worth it. It's a crime they replaced that Avengers cartoon with an unwatchable version. Absolutely. Absolutely mess up, dude. So I take that you remember and watch that series. It's a great series. I remember when that series came out, Anthony, my son, was 4, 5, and he loved it. He enjoyed it. We watched together. It was really good. I enjoyed it, and then they had to ruin it, cancel it, and put out some other garbage. Yeah, well, I'm not sure. Like I said, I'm not sure the reason why they cancel that cartoon series. No understanding at all of why they do what they did. I barely watched, I think, 2 of the episode of the latest and current Avengers cartoon. I didn't like it. Just like I didn't like the newer Spider-Man one. My favorite Spider-Man cartoon is the one that they also canceled 5 years ago. That was fantastic. That's cartoon series. The Peter Parker one was awesome. I love the music, the intro music to that series, and once again, the animation, the voiceover was fantastic. I just love the dynamic of the characters in that cartoon between Gwen Stacy, Brock, you name it. All the Goblin. It was fun. Once again, if you can get your hands on that series to watch, to me, is the best Spider-Man cartoon that I have seen. Other than this catalog, nothing else coming. Didn't buy anything. No need to buy anything, and so, which is a good segment into one of the main reasons why I want to run this live chat was, it's Thanksgiving. I'm thankful for my family. I'm very lucky. I can't say enough on how blessed I feel about my family. I wish I had more kids, but I'm blessed to have one wonderful son. So for now, I take what I can get. Okay. If luck had it and I met my wife 5, 10 years earlier, we would have had 2 or 3 kids. But we didn't. Unfortunately, we did not meet until 11 years ago, and it's tough to have kids at my age. I'm 49 years old. When Anthony was born, I was 41, and the thought of waking up in the middle of the night, do all that work, was not easy. I'm not against having more kids, but at my wife's age and my age, it's not the wisest thing to do. So we're happy with Anthony, so I'm thankful for that, absolutely. And I'm thankful for the life that I have. I think one of the things that, one of the questions that people ask me all the time over the past few years are, why are you selling your collection? Don't you love the hobby anymore? That's not the point. The point is not that I don't love the hobby. I can't say that I love the hobby less. Happy Thanksgiving, mess up dudes. I can't say that I love the family, my comic book, the hobby less today than I did 10 years ago. It's just, I look at life in a different way. I look at life and comic books, as much as I love it, is not anywhere near the top priority anymore. And life is very short and precious. I want to spend time doing other things with my son, whatever that is. And it's not about sitting around my computers and search on eBay all day long. I have been guilty of doing that for a long, long time, for many years, where I seem to be spending a lot of time on eBay, checking the listings, bidding on Comic Link, Heritage. It's auctions every month. Okay, there's always a big auction somewhere every month, every 3 months, and then on eBay. And I recognized about 5 years ago that the obsession has really went down the path that I didn't care to keep driving it. I don't have everything, but I don't need to have everything. The desire to have everything is gone. So that has changed. Okay, I still love the hobby. I still appreciate the hobby. I love the arts. I love the artists. I love the characters. I just don't feel a need to have to own anything to be happy with the state of the hobby that I am in. I have sold and give away a lot of stuff in the past 5 years, and that's okay. I probably will keep a lot of the stuff I have now for the next 5-10 years. We'll see how things change in the next 10 years. I have said this before, that depends on how Anthony look at the hobby 10 years from now. Once he get to like 18 years old, 19, 20, if he start to develop a love and obsession for the hobby, there's a good chance I will pass on a lot of the remaining books to him. Okay, so it's all, but if he showed no interest, if 10, 15 years from now, he shows little interest in the books, then I would rather sell the books, use the money to enjoy my retirement years, than let it sit there. I'd rather enjoy my retirement than not have the money to enjoy life and have the books instead. Now, I have zero desire to hoard the books so that I can have the book and take them to my grave. Not a chance in hell. That's not my way of thinking, but some people think that way. Let me check my email. Look like I got some work-related email. We'll see. It's Wednesday afternoon, and some clients still like to work, not me. That being said, I'm not stopped buying. There's a whole lot of stuff that I'm not interested in buying anymore. The desire to complete some of the runs that I want to complete is just gone. I'm just like, okay, if I see it, if it's at the right price, then sure, I will buy it. But it's been a while since I go on eBay and search and bid on anything. So I actually saving up money to replace my car. That's one of the potential big purchase for next year. As little as I drive, my current old car is having a lot of trouble this past year. This past year and a half, 2 years has been not a good year for my car. I have a lot of issues. Recently, the AC died. It's going to cost some money to fix it, and I have to fix it because it's hot down here in Florida. I wouldn't want to be in my car at all if I don't have AC in there because it would be way too hot. So I either had to replace the AC and get another car just because this one had too many issues. It reached this point where the constant yearly fixing might not be worth it. It might be worth it to go and just replace it and get a different car. I'm not gonna buy a brand new car, but I need a newer car to get around. So that will be the big spending next year. So that's one reason why I also curtail my buying. The trade-off: a workable car or more comic books. I prefer to put money into a nicer car. Practicality. For those that have watched Jessica Jones, I have finished the series. I put out my final review of the show. Overall, I give the show a B+. Okay, I'm not gonna say anything here to spoil the show. So if you have not watched the show, I hope you give it a shot. It might not be for everybody. I think it's slightly more adult-oriented than even Daredevil show. If you thought the Daredevil show was violent, the show take violence to a crazy area. Okay, crazy area. That's all I need to say. It's violent, not the Daredevil kind of violence, the crazy kind of violence. But I enjoyed the show. I think the credits probably go to Netflix more so than Marvel. Yeah, I could be wrong. I don't really understand the way the structure of the agreement between Netflix and Marvel. The way I see it, Netflix is the one spending the money. Certainly, they're the one that. Sure, Marvel have a say in how the storyline is gonna go because how they want it to ties in with the movie universe. But ultimately, I think it's still Netflix's responsibility to hire the director, the actors, the storylines. So I think a good amount of credit need to go to Netflix instead of like, oh, Marvel did it again. Marvel are so awesome. Marvel can do anything. It's not just Marvel. And I hear that a lot the last week as people talk about the show as if somehow Netflix just fork out whatever money they have to pay, and then Marvel just produce the entire show for them, and that's it. That's not how they work. I'm pretty sure Netflix pay for the rights, pay for the license, and then get direction from Marvel as far as which character they can and cannot use, what storyline they can and can't use. And then they had to figure it out, hiring the actors, the directors, all that stuff. So it's on Netflix. Okay, they don't want to fork out the money and hire the right talent to get the show done right. So I think, personally, that's what I think happened. And that's how I plan to give credits. So kudos to Netflix more so than Marvel. But speaking of Marvel, back to Captain Marvel. I have not checked on eBay. I have not looked on eBay to see how his first appearances, the Marvel Marvel. Let me be right back. I think I had the book somewhere. Let me see if I can find that book. Oh, this one. I'm not sure if this book has heat up. But regardless, I think he's a cool character. So to me, it make a lot more sense for him to be Star-Lord father than Warlock. Even though if Warlock was in it, I probably would be richer since I have half a dozen copy of FF67 and a bunch of Marvel Premiere One. So doesn't matter. I think I thought I had 2 copies of this book, but maybe just 1. I don't know. Let me look. It's been a long time since I dug into this folder. Let me see. Maybe I only have 1. For some reason, I thought I had 2. So I was wrong. Doesn't matter. That being said, I do think Warlock will still be in the Marvel movie universe in the future. The cocoon that they shown is just not there for prop. I believe. I really think there's a role for Warlock in the Marvel universe in the movie. So I still have hopes that they will introduce that character, because the Guardian of the Galaxy universe is vast. Okay, the storylines and where they can take that show, that franchise is pretty big, and there's a lot of characters they can introduce along the way, whether it's Nova or Warlock. I actually brought out some books that I was going to do a review, and I probably do a review after Thanksgiving. For those that are not familiar, my obsession with him, Fantastic Four 67, many years ago, led me to buy this book, because when I first saw this book in a bargain bin many years ago, I was like, what is this? What the heck is this? Did they bring back what's going on? So I bought this book and then I read it, and it's interesting. For those that like the Cocoon and Warlock, you should search out this book. I wouldn't call it a hidden gem. It's one of those very minor keys that are mostly ignored by a lot of people. I'm not saying it's going to be worth anything, but it's a pretty good book to dig up if you're a fan of the Cocoon. And then grab this one as well, okay? Marvel 2-in-1 issue 61. This one it took place a few years after this one over here, but this one revealed the inside, and it's really interesting because I would save the story for my first appearance rating video that I plan to do after Thanksgiving. That's why I brought these 2 books out and reread recently, but could be 2 hidden gems right here. If Warlock is now free to have a partner, hint, a partner, him and her, okay? So once again, that's a hint for these 2 books, him and then her. This is her. And that's it. That's all I have. I don't have anything else to talk about. I didn't think that this video is going to be a long-running video, because it's just going to be my short jib jab. Happy Thanksgiving to all. Anything else new? I'm thinking. Let me think. That's it. There is absolutely nothing left to talk about. Anyhow, my plan was to have a short chat, not much longer than this, and it works. I was able to say what I need to say and show everything that I was gonna show. I don't have anything else to show. But before I go, I did shoot a bunch of since I show my collection videos 6 weeks ago, it has motivated me to scan and grade it a bunch more. And I have done a couple hundred books since then, 200 to be exact. So I shot a couple more collection videos, and I would likely load at least one. I shot 2 more collection videos recently, and I would definitely load one after Thanksgiving next week. So look for another collection videos. It's gonna be DC Neal Adams centric video. Okay, so if you don't like DC, if you don't like Neal Adams, then it's not a video for you. Oh, messed up dude. Have you seen the Civil War trailer? Yes, I saw it this morning. Oh, I completely forgot to bring that up. I'm glad you brought that up. It is really good. I like it. Big thumbs up for me. I saw the trailer twice. It seemed like they're going down the same path as the Winter Soldier storyline. It looked fantastic. You know, I know a lot of people love the Marvel movies because they are fun. You hear this a lot. You know, this is the typical fanboys that say how wonderful and how much they love the movies because Marvel movies are fun compared to DC. It's dark. It's too serious. Marvel are fun. To me, many of the movies didn't excite me that much because it's corny sometimes. Some of the funny line was stupid. So I'm not a big fan of those kind of jibber jabber stuff that Robert Downey Jr. are famous for. Other people like them. I don't. That's not the Tony Stark that I enjoy reading. So I like the Winter Soldier a lot. In fact, it's probably my favorite Marvel Universe movie. So this trailer, the Civil War trailer, is awesome looking. Once again, it looked like a spy thriller action movie. I did not see much of anything that I didn't like. I didn't see anything that I cringe at. There was no smart ass line. There is no funny stuff. Not that I don't appreciate a few funny lines here and there. Okay, so I don't need to be serious all the time. But if you watch my movie reviews, you can see why I dislike Thor, The Dark World, whatever the sequel name was, because there's a lot of misplaced humor. And so far from the trailer that I see, it looked awesome, especially the end where Bucky and Cap was beating down Iron Man. That whole action sequence from far away, zooming in, and the back and forth action between the three. Wow, I like it. I like it a lot. Well, that's it. Thanks, Mess Up Dude. Thank you, Mike Smith, if you're still there, and as well as Showman88. Thanks for tuning in at an odd hour. I did not expect anyone to be here. I figured I would jump in, jib jab for 30 minutes, and then I'd be done. But having a few people here watching me at the same time make it fun. Allow me to carry on for a little bit longer than I expected. Anyhow, everybody have a safe Thanksgiving. Absolutely. Safety is number one. Fun and safety, okay? Other than that, it's Thanksgiving. Eat. Eat. Thanks for watching. Thanks for tuning in. Happy Thanksgiving. Goodbye. And see you next week.